Welcome back. Some new updates to share with y'all. So that's new, I think. The newest, biggest, most funnest update. We're looking at it right now, in case you couldn't tell. Yeah, all of these buttons are available again. So, as you may recall in the past, actually, you know what? Why recall when I have all the mail? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 abandoned level buttons were cleared. LAJ13. They had this cool world. It was removed. Oh wait, you know what? This is an old email. It's been updated now. It includes the level name. This JTJ10 person, you had a level that was cleared. MLJA15, you had a level that was cleared. Fire Phoenix was cleared, and Pooh Bear, your button was cleared. So essentially, there is a LBM that runs every time the map is loaded. So I believe, I'm not 100% sure, but I think anytime a player visits the section of the spawn here and these portions get loaded into the server, into the server RAM, I guess, it runs this function. And basically it checks the current time and it checks the login date, the last login date of any player that has a button, claimed but not submitted, I guess. So like these ones here, these ones would be 100% perfect because they're green, so you can go and play on them. I can do single player. There's not much here, but this level is considered, because it's you know, there's no brains to it, but it's considered a playable level because they've submitted it. Now, of course, people could report the level, such as I might do right now, and just say incomplete. Let's see. You can easily fall off the edge and die. And I get an email for that because I am the admin. Hey, what do you know? Admin reported this, but now Dark EXE will also get an email next time they log on saying, hey, your level's not great, essentially. Currently, this is set to a 60-day period. So if you claim a button and then leave and don't revisit the server for 60 days, it will be cleared. Now, to be clear, I suppose, the underlying data is still all intact. So like this button you can, or anybody else can claim, but the buttons that were cleared, everything that was built still exists. So it doesn't erase anything on the map. Everything still exists. It just, the button is no longer reserved to that. I think the way I have this coded, you could claim it and then have an admin, which would be me, come in and restore the data from that level that was cleared. That should work. But yeah, I was just kind of getting sick and tired of those all sitting there. And I had a couple people being like, hey, these levels you can't play them, but the buttons are reserved, you know, can we clear those out? So, because I didn't want to do it manually, because doing stuff manually is for chumps, I did that. Additionally, we have some new tasks. I don't know, I'm looking through there. Where is it? Here we go. This cool little torpedo heater. And I think I would just find it looking in nodes. We have 2 street signs. I am working on more street signs, but I only have 2 done at the time. So let me go ahead and put this. I'd like to do someplace where there's light. We'll just put it right here, because this is where I would park a torpedo heater. So we've got this neat little torpedo heater. As you can tell, it's pumping out the heat. It's quite warm looking. I don't have a... Okay. Let me grab the configuration wrench here. Torpedo heater, when it works. When it doesn't work, it becomes a torpedo fan because there's nothing to create heat. Of course, you can customize that to be anything you want. We'll go ahead. It doesn't have a custom form spec at all. It exists. But we'll wait for this to die. There's not a huge change, honestly, when it is non-functioning. Yeah, it doesn't light up anymore there. I mean, the node itself doesn't light up, but the end portion doesn't. And you just get a wick is all you need for it. And then the street signs. So this is fun. There is... where can I best demonstrate this? I can demonstrate it right here. So the street signs can be placed on either slabs or full nodes. And you'll notice that they hit the ground either way. They stay the same height. This is done the same way that these are, except that I actually made the collision, or at least the selection box. I don't know about the collision box, but at least the selection box goes all the way down, unlike on these. So this base here is actually exists in this node space, and it just hangs out the bottom of it. Same thing here. So it's existing in this node space, but it hangs out the bottom and sticks out above the top quite a bit. You can put stuff on these. So, street names or what have you. I mean, optimally they would be street names because it is a street sign, but I suppose you could put anything you want on it. And then we also have the two-way street name, which, check this out. This is my crowning achievement. I don't know why I put a W there. Come on. Yes. So you can have the cross sign there has a different text. It's quite nice. And basically all this is doing is when you place this bottom node, it's this portion right here is actually a separate node, which, I mean, it kind of really isn't because it is the same mesh, but it places, so here, I can demonstrate best by doing this. I can break that node. You see I can't select it anymore and there's no longer the info text, but it still exists here because it's part of this node. Currently you can do that. By the time this video goes live, that won't be possible anymore, as breaking this will break the node below it, and breaking the node, well, any of it will break this to the node above it. Just because, yeah. You don't want floating signs in the air. Although that did give me an idea, and I think I'm going to run with it. So, I don't know how much this is done, but I was doing some research for what street signs look like, because, I couldn't walk down the block and find an actual street sign to reference. But I seen some places they put street signs on like the street lights here. So I was kind of thinking, in much the same way that these lights exist, in which you can place them onto a post or onto a node, you can place them onto whatever. I was thinking, well, what if I do some street signs like that? So the green portion right here or here that shows with the street name on it, I could do something very similar where you could put it onto one of these posts. And instead of looking like this, it would just be the green part sticking out. I would probably need to make show the green on both sides instead of the aluminum on the back side, I guess. But I think I'm going to do that. And then, of course, you could put street names on those as well. And because of just the nature of it, you could put one here, and you could put one on this side, which would be perfect for intersections such as this. Because obviously, if I have street lights here, and I have a sidewalk here, my choice would be putting the street signs here, which, I mean, I suppose you could do, but let's be real, it would look cooler if it was on the light pole. I don't actually know if it would look cooler or not, but I would rather do that than have street signs there. Outside of that, I didn't want nodes, I wanted nodes. I don't believe there was anything else new or added. Nothing new on any tasks. That's still the same. Yeah, I don't think anything else has changed. I don't think. Oh, wait, there was this one feature. What was I hitting? Oh no, is there a street sign floating in the air here? This could be most awkward. Whoops. I bet there's one here too. Whoops. Anyway, where can I best demonstrate this? Someplace where it's not gonna matter. Okay, so I'm just gonna go here and we will do, I should have set the time to be daylight sooner. Okay, so the well. You can place the well like this, and it places as one would expect on the ground, right? Well, you can also, if say, for example, you wanted to have a well hole, I don't know what you call the thing inside of the well, but say you wanted to have that. If you click on the edge of a node, it'll place the node above it so that the hole is visible there. Now, of course, this also, it basically just places the node one higher than where you pointed. But yeah, so that works now, which is nice because I wanted to have the hole underneath the well. And I was like, okay, well, I have to put the well down, and then I have to break the node here, and then break the nodes there, and then put the node back. And I mean, come on, let's be real. Nobody wants to do that. It's the 21st century, you know. We want things ooh, that looks awful. We want things easy. There we go. That looks good. That looks good. So yeah, that works that way now. And outside of that, I believe that was it. I don't think anything else got changed. That should all be the same. Yeah, that should be it. Really not a whole ton of a lot going on this time around. A lot of the same old. But that's going to do it. If you want to check out the server, the information will be in the video description, I think. If not, my website's linked in the video description, and the information will be there. Or, of course, you can just go on the server list. Yeah, and search for in our midst, or the address and port is. Can I highlight this? I can. Nice. It's literally right there. So you can just look at that too. That's going to wrap this video up. Thanks for watching. Tune in next week for some more updates, and I will see you then.